The country house stood amidst dense forest, lost in the darkness of a winter evening. Silence reigned around, interrupted only by the whisper of the wind, which played with the tree branches, creating ghostly shadows on the walls of the house. Inside this secluded corner, there was only one person, you. The evening thickened particularly early, as the last rays of sunlight merged with the darkness. You sat by the fireplace, basking in its pleasant warmth, watching the dancing flames on the coal, creating strange figures on the wall. Your only company was the silence and the light of the fireplace. Outside, raindrops tapped, and the wind howled, as if begging to come inside to share its stories. But you were alone, and you had to face this evening in solitude. You reminisced about past winter evenings spent in this cozy house with friends and family. Merry gatherings by the fireplace, playing board games, stories and jokes, all of it created an atmosphere of warmth and joy. But tonight was different. Suddenly a strange sound came from outside, as if someone was knocking. You rose from your chair and approached the window to see what was happening. It was too dark outside to make out anything, but you saw only the gleaming eyes of an animal, making its way through the thicket of trees. In this desolate forest, it was the only sound that managed to reach your house. You returned to the fireplace, trying not to pay attention to the strange sound outside, but fear crept upon you, stealthily, like a shadow, thickening and filling the corners of the room. The clock ticked slowly, marking time in this silence. You tried to occupy yourself with reading a book, but the words seemed empty and insignificant. Your mind was preoccupied only with thoughts of what might lurk beyond those dark trees, beyond the confines of your cozy sanctuary. Suddenly you heard another sound, a knock on the door. Your heart quickened, as if racing for an answer to this puzzle. You approached the door, slowly reaching for the doorknob. But before you could open it, you stopped. "Who's there?" you asked, but there was no response. Only silence stood behind the door, like the eternal guardian of this secluded place. Your heart beat faster, and every rustle outside the window seemed like a dire omen. You reached for the door handle again, but the resolve to leave it closed prevailed. Instead, you returned to the fireplace, sinking back into the soft armchair, as if trying to hide from all this horror. Time dragged on slowly, as if the reluctance of the day to leave pushed it away. You closed your eyes, trying to calm the pounding heart in your chest, and slowly fell asleep. Morning woke you with its noble light, penetrating through the curtains. Your heart no longer beat so strongly, and the tension that gripped you the night before became a fleeting memory. You rose from the chair, determined to start a new day. Yesterday evening was just one of those strange moments that happen from time to time. But today you were not alone again. The sun had risen above the horizon, filling the world with warmth and light. You smiled, opening the door and welcoming the new day with open arms. The evening didn't seem so frightening anymore when you were greeted by